and they just can't fight the feeling, you know? So, like, I think you can see where it goes.
Yeah, that needs to be a new trope, stalker to lover. My name is Claire.
And I'm Molly.
And this is Book Stupid. How's it going?
I guess congratulations are in order, are they not?
Ooh, yes, thank you. The Eagles did win the Super Bowl, so that was very exciting. And
which was a win for America.
It was, yeah. It really was, like, a joy to see Patrick Mahomes get, like, tossed around.
Absolutely.
I would like to hear it from someone who... Did you feel joy watching it?
Yeah, and that fuck-ass little kicker didn't get to go on the field even one time.
Crazy that he didn't get to... Our kicker went on, like, 20 times? I don't know.
Oh my god, he was doing the can-can. He was kicking so much and so high.
He was like, let me kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a win for America. And Travis... He couldn't even... What, he catch one ball?
Here's another thing. Taylor taking her T chain from her inner thigh to her neck.
Wait, what?
She wore the same chain around her neck. Really kind of...
That's so hot.
Silencing any doubts that it was about Travis. The T was for Travis. So she wore it. But I'm kind of like... Is your pushy jewelry for other parts of body?
Yeah. Do you think she washed it?
I don't know.
I didn't see that she did that. I was so distracted by the rest of her horrendous outfit that I didn't catch that she did thigh jewelry up top. Around. Yeah. I was so distracted by her insanely metallic boots that went above her knees that I couldn't bring my eyes further up.
And he matched her sartorially. Yeah. That he had to put on that funky little suit.
Yeah. Which I did see people afterwards being like, it's so tough that he had to walk out of.
But I think that also silences all speculation that they were going to get engaged if they won.
I agree, but
in those outfits,
have you met them?
Sorry.
I think they love to make a spectacle. But here's the thing: I don't think they were going to get engaged.
I know. I think that was always a little bit.
But I think
tinfoil hat.
Yeah, but I think she wanted to invite speculation with her outfit.
Which, okay, Easter egg. Okay,
yeah, true.
Easter bunny.
True. But then also, fuck-ass Brittany Mahomes also wore all white.
Yeah.
Which I'm like...
And I was like, I thought she was pregnant. I can't keep track.
Wait, isn't she?
I think
or no, she just gave birth.
Yeah. Which, like, apparently people are mad about the names. I can't.
Oh, because it's like gold, myrrh.
Frankincense.
I mean, and yeah, because like one is like bronze. Ooh.
Oh, and then the dog also has a name that's like in the family.
What?
Yeah, and the dog's name I think is superior to bronze.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. I kind of do too. Yeah.
It's like what's a good metal?
You could go with something like aluminum.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. What are the
well,
other?
I feel like that really indicates to me that bronze was an accident. You should never take a name you had for a dog and give it to a child.
Those lists should not be interchangeable.
No. Like, would you ever name a kid, like, say your dog died?
Why would you say
or,
that?
like, I sometimes have thought about, sorry, bad timing, but, like, I sometimes have thought about, like, naming a child Lucy.
Yeah.
But my dog, my family dog, but I wouldn't do it, like, I wouldn't be like, I'm naming it after my family's dead dog.
Right.
But, like, I just kind of like
people
the name
would
Lucy.
ask.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you didn't name it after your dead dog, that's kind of, what?
Why are you throwing dirt on your dead dog's grave?
Yeah.
I think enough time has passed
where maybe it's okay.
The lane to Lucy has opened again.
Okay, but people will ask. I'm also not going to have a kid.
Your siblings would ask.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't think people would really
That's true.
Connect the dots.
That's true.
But now you've ceded it to the media, so...
Yeah, so...
Okay, you've been on, like, a bathrobe journey?
Yeah, I did want to talk about bathrobes because I recently got a bathrobe from Target, and it's, like, really kind of changed my life.
How
like,
so?
I don't really shower that often, to be honest. Like, I definitely very rarely do, like, the big shower,
the big one.
you know?
Yeah.
But now one of my New Year's resolutions is to be hotter.
I think you've already said that on the pod.
Oh, have I?
I don't know. But it's like a mantra bears repeating.
True. Yeah. You got to keep it top of mind. And like a lot of my decisions I've made this year have sort of laddered up to to the overall vision of getting hotter. And so like lately I've been trying to take one really nice shower a week.
Okay.
Where I have shave oil now.
What?
I've never owned shave oil in my life, but now I
What
like.
What is that?
I don't really know.
Is it like when do you use it in the stages of shaving?
Great question. Shave oil. I didn't know either. It's what you use to shave.
What?
Yeah.
Like instead of a cream.
Yeah, which I've tried to do like, I haven't done that skin-to-mitt business since like 8th grade. But I wanted, I'm trying to be, part of being hotter is like luxuriating.
Totally.
So I've been doing like
being romantic with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Packing your bags for yourself.
Yeah, totally.
So I've been doing like a big shave on I said it, but I didn't like how it came out, but I was like, I already said it. I've been doing a big shave on Sundays. And then I've been doing a big moisturize as well.
Cool.
Which, that's just like not something I usually do. And then top it all off with a little bit of my fungal toenail polish. And
it's polished. That's quite the spin on an ointment.
It's a serum. But let me tell you, doing it in a robe, it's been so nice. Yeah. And I just like, there's nothing better than like Friday night dinner with the girls, getting ready in my robe.
See, that's it. And I would love to follow you on this journey.
I think you should.
My childhood memories, like my mom had this like red plaid robe. Ooh. And when she had that thing on post shower, she was getting ready for a night on the town. Yeah. Like I was like, robes on, babysitter's coming. Yeah. It was like part of her ritual for like, she'd have her hair in curlers, be doing her makeup in her robe. Like that.
With a cocktail too sometimes. Or a glass of wine.
How we do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
A night out, I'm going to do my getting ready in my robe.
It's perfect for a big night out or a big night in.
Yes.
And then like.
Holy shit, yes.
The rest of the week, it's just like straight to sweats,
Yes.
But like if we're doing it, we're doing it right.
And reserving it for those occasions, I think, maintains the integrity of the robe.
Totally, because and that's the other thing. It's like, how often do you wash a robe? I can't even get into that.
I can't even wash my body.
Right, like I already told you I don't shower that much.
It's so like I'd put it on the same schedule as sheets, I guess.
Oh, really? Like, actually, I think that feels right.
And we'll just say it at the same time.
No, totally. Yeah. I was going to say towels, which I've actually been really good at.
Were you going to say towels?
Towels.
Kind of in this vein, we're going to talk about scents, too.
Yes.
And I think this maps to both getting hotter and also ritual.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, having the right scent for the right season or even, like, occasion.
Yeah.
Like, I did a standalone scent for my wedding. Have I worn it
really?
Every day since? Totally diluting the potency. Yeah.
That's kind of nice, though. It's like your newlywed scent.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like went to you know where I went? I went Zittimer's.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an institution of a store on the Upper East Side. And I did a little poking around. I like treated it like a bit of a ritual for myself. Selected it was an amber scent.
Ooh.
It's made local. It's a Brooklyn
I love that
perfumery.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been wearing it every day since, so it's kind of like...
Well, I think that's the mark of a really good scent if you want to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Because Go ahead.
Well, no, I think like my initial intent was like, people are like, oh, scent memory, huh?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, no, I like it, so I'm going to wear it.
Yeah. And like it will always remind you of your wedding, I think. If in one day you move on. From
my marriage?
I meant your scent. But sure, that too.
No, right. I think if I return to the scent at a later date, it'll be fond. Yeah. But you were saying you were kind of looking for a summer scent?
Yeah. So I have a very my like journey with scent, I'm I'm the kind of person who wears perfume when I leave my house.
Yes.
Like I don't go
daily user.
And that's again because I don't really shower that much. So
very French.
Yeah, I'm very, very French.
Towels.
Except now I'm shaving. But I'm like, I go through periods where it's like this, I have my signature scent, and I don't have another one. I get like the industrial size.
Right. In college, it was Coach's Poppy.
Yeah, which like nobody talks about Coach's scents. Poppy was a nice one.
It was great, yeah.
But then like one day I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna throw up if I ever smell this again. And then I moved on to Versace Bright Crystal.
Okay.
Which has been my scent for probably 6 years, 7 years.
Do you know, I don't think I even knew that. I've been
yeah, but you would definitely know it if like another girl sat on your couch in Versace Bright Crystal. You'd be like, Siege?
Yeah.
So
I would long for you.
Yeah. Because scent is that kind of thing where like
Totally.
And again, like I don't know your amber girl, but I think if another girl were wearing your amber,
if you caught a whiff of it on the sidewalk, I think you maybe who knows.
But all this to say, I've been like feeling the itch to move. I'm not feeling like I'm gonna throw up yet though, which is weird, but I'm feeling like the itch to maybe explore something new. And Jupes, she spritzed this like hand sanitizer that smelled like
she's in our space and needs to sanitize. But my God, does it smell good.
It made the trash smell go away. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about making a switch. We'll see.
Well, first let's get our hands on this hand sanitizer.
Yeah. True. Maybe it'll be a good test run if I
do you test out a scent before you lock in?
No.
On the commercial.
I'm very like I walked into Macy's one day and picked up Poppy by Coach, and that was it.
Hell yeah.
And same thing with
spontaneous.
It's just like
Aries
I know.
Queen.
It's like I don't know how to describe imprint.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. So, but yeah, look out for that.
Super cool.
But and I'm thinking like maybe like that might be as we shift into summer, that might be a good.
I love that
move, but we'll see.
We'll see. Whatever. Maybe kind of like, I don't know if this is a build on scent memory or not, but I've been thinking lately, really just kind of today, about habit stacking.
Okay.
And maybe it is like, I wonder if you could scent stack, like your
Ooh.
olfactory memory could be a trigger to do something.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the premise of Zoolander, where it's like, hear this hypnotic noise and kill the prime minister.
No, but I would love to be hypnotized.
I would love to. I totally agree. Yeah. But I'm kind of I'm dabbling in self-hypnosis.
Okay.
Where, like right now, we're both chronically dehydrated.
Yeah.
Because water, it has no interest for me.
Yeah, I know. But we have to if we want to be hotter.
It like completely.
Yeah.
And it is vanity alone that
propels me.
Yeah. You can bring me to water, but only vanity will make me drink. So I've been trying to like drink more water, and I've got this like dumb ass water bottle. You've seen it. It's structurally unsound. But during meetings lately, I've been like, anytime because I think I'm like talking too much in meetings, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like anytime I'm gonna like fight someone. Yeah. Aries.
Right.
I'll take a sip of my water bottle instead.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's a positive habit of like really kind of like taking that 5-second beat before I interject.
Wow, I've actually never heard anything more Aries. It's like the only way I'll drink enough water is I drink whenever I'm mad.
Right. So I'm practicing deliberate contributions and water.
Okay.
Drinking
I like that.
water.
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's not more I could be doing to stack my damn habits towards some successful outcomes, especially in our writing practice too. I don't know.
So habit stacking is like taking something you don't like about yourself or like, is that like you're trying to change two things at once kind of deal?
It's more like take a behavior that you are already doing or working on doing and build a secondary linked behavior on top of it.
Okay.
And if you keep doing that, you can kind of like Trojan horse
Success.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, every day I brush my teeth.
Like how I shower.
And now every time I brush my teeth, I'll also think of something I'm grateful for.
Oh, that's nice.
And that would be a way for me to like combat anxiety and improve my dental hygiene.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see the vision.
Yeah.
So it's like how I'm drinking water to get hotter. Kind of.
Yeah, but yours is kind of like an input output. Mine is like input output.
Oh,
right?
okay. So
inputs holding hands.
So maybe it's more like take more showers, drink water, have a robe, put my fungal serum on.
Yes.
Get hotter.
And every time I shower, but it actually doesn't work because like you don't do that whole thing every time.
Oh,
it's
I
like
see.
every time it's like
So
Pavlovian. It's
okay.
Every time I do X, I will also do Y.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll also do Z once I'm successfully doing X and Y together all the time. And it's like X should be something that's really accessible to you.
Okay.
Like waiting 5 seconds before I talk in a meeting. That's accessible to me. Way more accessible than water is.
Okay.
Kind of. Or something you're already doing. Like I commute every so often.
Using that to write. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time I commute, I will get at least one page down or something like that.
I love that. Yeah, no, that's. I think I've been, and I'm not just saying about the hotter thing. I think I actually sometimes have been doing this because I've been trying to, like, on Wednesday. I didn't do it today, but on Wednesdays Tuesday nights I've been plugging my phone in at my desk. Because
love that.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm getting it. This is an
really. That's just like a new habit. That's not a stacked habit. But like it's
follow me here.
Okay, walk with me.
I plug it in, and when I do that, I'm like trying to get in bed like at 11, which for me is early because I like the night. Plug it in at my desk, read for a little bit, and then I'm not tempted.
Love it.
And then I go to lights out around midnight.
Yep.
And here's where we get into Y and maybe even Z. I'm not sure.
Maybe even Z.
Then because my phone's over there and it goes off in the morning, I'll get up and turn it off.
Oh my god.
And then I'll go to boxing, which I didn't do today. I'm sorry, Julia.
Now we're like at a letter I don't even know.
Yeah, we're Gen Alpha.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stacked habits. I love.
No, I really like this. I think this is my first year where I felt like I've had like attainable New Year's resolutions. I'm trying to keep it like small, like just get hotter,
Write a book.
Yeah, right. True.
Just small
just like
things.
little things. I just like the little things.
Oh, anyone could do them.
Yeah. Speaking of books.
Yeah.
Are you reading anything right now?
Well, I have one I want to talk about, but I have a feeling we have one in common.
Okay, you want me to talk first?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So speaking of like plugging my phone in and reading before bed, I am reading another romance called The Bodyguard by Catherine Center.
Yeah, and I happen to have read it.
Okay. I'm curious to hear what you think. I'm only like 75 pages in, I would say. And I'm enjoying it. I think it's like kind of funny, which I like. Like there's some glimmers of humor. I wouldn't call it like, I'm not slapping my knee over here, but there's like, I'm definitely entertained by the main character. The premise of the book is that this woman is a professional bodyguard. Right. And she works for like a security company.
Like private security.
Yeah. And she's up for a promotion. She's being pitted against her very recent ex-boyfriend. Messy, who works at the same security firm.
And remains like very competitive with her.
He's like actually
screwing
a
her in her
huge
personal
asshole.
Life. He is like almost unbelievable how villainous he is.
I wonder if they'll get back together. He's like kind of mean in a way that I like.
Meanwhile, I was like, it's not believable any man would be this mean. This is horrific.
Who would ever to a woman he loved? And then in order to like get the promotion, she has to have a really successful mission, I guess.
With a very high profile client.
Yes, an actor.
Who we're meant to believe is like Chris Evans. Like...
Our references are so like 2012. Chris Evans, our ideal man.
Him and Wishbone. I don't know.
Imagine them in a project together.
Oh my god, that'd be good.
That'd be so sweet.
I wonder what wishbone they're on though. Probably like 12.
Totally. Ugh, that's sad.
I want at the end of season 1 of this podcast, I want a word cloud of what we've said. Chris Evans popping, I know would shock me.
The most I think about him is his relationship with Jenny Slate, which I do think about quite often.
Totally. Yep. Yeah. But so you're kind of liking it.
I'm liking it, but your comment last week about the recruit is living in my brain because I'm like, I hate the way they talk. She's like, I've arrived at the guy's house and like there's a window that someone could crawl in and there's a potted plant that someone could use to break down the door. Which, like, just like so annoying.
Yeah. And
I don't think it's the same thing. It's not like they're giving us hints. Well, maybe actually you've read the book. I don't know.
No.
But beyond that, I'm liking it. I really like the love interest. I find it a little bit unbelievable that he's a little too... Yeah. He's a little too excited to have a fake girlfriend bodyguard, I'll say that. Yeah. I need a little more resistance from him.
I agree. I have finished it, and I'm trying not to give any spoilers away. And also, I'm like, I read it a few months ago, so I'm plucking it out of like my large repertoire of romance reading. But I think he gets even less plausible as it goes on.
Okay. See, what I liked in the beginning, like she beat him up. He was like, prove that you are a bodyguard, and she like body slams him. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, this is fun. Yeah. So this is not, I don't like that it's going to take a turn.
Well, no, I think it's like tough girl reveals vulnerability, impenetrable movie star does the same. So like, we get there. It's all good. But...
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I am enjoying it. It's just, it's easy listening, or easy. It
goes down smooth.
I mean, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah. No, totally.
Absolutely inhaling it. So.
Yeah. I mean, I put it down very quickly. I mean, like,
finished it,
gobbled it up, not put the book
down. Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I read more recently that I wanted to talk about briefly is Big Fan by Alexander Romanov. Okay. In returning, because I was like, I finished this a few weeks ago, so I was like, I need to brush up. I opened it in my Kindle app, and the cover has talk about like jacket blurbs or jacket endorsements, whatever. The cover has this book, which like I found through like Kindle Unlimited. I thought it was just kind of like, you know,
like a throwaway.
Yeah, like you know, bargain bin romance. But contemporary. You know, the endorsement on the cover is from New York Mag's like approval matrix. Okay. This book, upon release, I'm sure, was placed in the highbrow brilliant quadrant of that matrix. Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Okay, New York Mag has done this, like, we'll include it in a social post for reference, but like it has this quadrant, and the axes are, I think the vertical one is despicable and brilliant. Okay. And then I think the vertical one is highbrow lowbrow.
Interesting. Okay.
So the quadrants, you know, like despicable but brilliant, despicable and lowbrow, despicable highbrow, brilliant highbrow, brilliant lowbrow. Okay. It's like,
I love that, by the way. Just side note, that's a great...
It's like a thing. Like the New York Mag approval matrix, I remember seeing it like as a kid. I don't know how, but I was like, that's interesting. But I'm going to be honest, I don't understand it. Okay. Like I don't. When you look at the things plotted against this, I'm like, what? I don't like.
How'd you guys get there?
And I think I'm like cultural.
No, you have amazing media literacy.
Thank you. And we live in New York. Yeah. And you know, we're not dumbasses, despite a lot of the.
We might be lowbrow, but
yeah. But like seriously, I look at the mappings and I'm like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get
interesting. Well, despicable to me is not the opposite of brilliant.
Yeah, no, I think the axes are a little confusing.
Yeah.
It contributes to my holistic, like, I'm just fucking confounded. But I do know that falling in that brilliant highbrow quadrant is rarefied.
Okay.
Like, that's like, that
do you
girl.
know who else has been?
We're just gonna have to follow.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm following you I'm following you.
But like New York Mag famously also the home of The Cut, which is like cultural authority. But yeah, I was shocked that this book, like, I don't know who, maybe the girl is a bigger, the author's a bigger deal than I think.
What is it called? White Big Fan? I keep wanting to call it White Fan.
It's called Big Fan.
Okay.
And I'm not kidding. Like, I was like, highbrow who? Brilliant what? And I'm not saying it's bad. I was just like, really?
Can you give me?
Yeah, the premise is, protagonist is a political consultant in DC. Okay. She's like top of her game, but has recently been kind of like knocked off the A-list by a very messy divorce with like a dynastic politician, like a Kennedy type. And he, cheated on her. It was very public, and that has tainted her career in a very meaningful way. She's kind of like on the outs in the very like important DC social situation. So she then gets a call. She like kind of built towards her career as a like political campaign master by like the reason she like understood she wanted to like influence the masses and like organize essentially was as a high schooler she had started and run a very successful fan group for a boy band.
Oh, that's kind of, okay.
Which I think we're supposed to understand as like a One Direction type deal.
Yeah.
So like think Harry Styles. Okay.
Got it. She's a directioner.
She's a directioner, and she like in fact led the directioner.
She is the directioner. She's the one directioner.
She's the one directioner. Yeah, she's like prez of the fan club, and so that's how she built. But she's since
how she built her platform.
Well, that's how she understood her interest.
Got it. Okay, that was her entry point to Got it. Okay.
To organizing and influencing.
Yeah. Sorry, I just used to say bag. I understand now.
Yeah. But then she went on to build this like very successful career. Okay, now her main crush, again, let's call him just Harry Styles, from that boy band. They're adults. She's in the wake of a messy divorce. Her career is like at this very shaky place. He contacts her and he's like, hey, or his people do. He's like, hey, I've got an opportunity. Would you work with me?
Okay.
And she's like, wait, like what? Like, imagine being the one directioner.
Imagine calling your former stalker and saying, do you want to do work together?
Exactly. And so like she turns him down, but she finds a way to kind of like fold him into the political campaign.
She turns him down?
Well, she's like, because he wants to get back into music, and he's like, I want to start being real though. I want to start talking about real stuff. So like I need you to kind of like,
got it,
handle my relaunch and curate my new platform.
Yeah.
And she's like, no thanks, I'm working on this. I did get picked up by another campaign. It's a really important opportunity for me, so thanks but no thanks. But they stay talking, and there's like this like attraction, whatever. And then she does find ways to fold him into the campaign.
Okay.
And they just can't fight the feeling, So like I think you can see where it goes. Yeah. Stalker and celebrity.
That needs to be a new trope. Stalker to lover.
Stalker to lover is good. Yeah, but then the only other thing I wanted to note about this book, so like mostly I was like, brilliance and highbrow, I don't know, but I also don't understand
it feels like I can understand, I guess, how it's brilliant, because it's a very interesting premise.
Introduces a new trope.
Right, yeah, groundbreaking even.
Highbrow.
Highbrow, it feels lowbrow.
But here we are arguing that romance is highbrow, so...
Yeah.
And again, I don't understand the approval matrix. But, the only other thing about this book, and I think this is what sends it into the lowbrow stratosphere.
Okay.
You reach the end of the book and you get directionally that they are going to be together.
Yeah.
But then the book sends you to the author's website for an epilogue.
What the hell?
Uh-huh. To kind of like pay it off. Like, yeah, these two they're screwing.
Wait, so you don't get any of the payoff until the epilogue? Did you go to the website for the epilogue?
No, there's spice in the book. But yeah, of course I did. Of course. But
That's just so funny to me that she put a website in a book. Like, imagine if you had gotten the print version and you had to be like HTTP.
backslash.
Actually, yeah, I don't even know. Can you navigate to the internet from a Kindle?
And maybe it was like, yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the epilogue was mostly spice. So it's like, why people are going to your website. Yeah. And then it's not like she like immediately monetized me into anything, but I was on her website.
That's so strange.
Yeah. I thought that was rather lowbrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe being highbrow is being like so lowbrow that
you circle back.
Yeah, that you've like you did something so new, putting a website in your book.
Yeah,
like
innovative in terms of stalker to lover, in terms of
content and marketing.
Take paper, go digital. Yeah.
Wow. Did you think it was written well?
I thought it was written fine. Yes, I thought it was written well.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, well, we have to do more research about this Matrix, because I want to know, like, what other romances have made it.
Oh,
would you categorize it as a romance?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely yes. Oh my God, she sent me to her website to read
True,
sex scenes.
Yeah. She sent you to Wattpad.
Yeah.
I have one writing thing I want to talk about. I went to an open mic last night. I haven't really been going to open mics besides the one I host.
Stand up. She's not like a singer.
You wanted people to know that I can't sing. Thank you.
And you know what?
Yeah,
it's actually a lie.
Yourself.
She can sing.
I have a good voice.
She
just so you know.
Light under a bushel, but she can sing.
I've been saying that Molly and I sound like Elizabeth Holmes with vocal fry on this podcast, but I actually have a nice voice.
Right.
So.
When you translate this to song, actually she sounds great and I do not. That's the truth.
You sounded fine.
Whatever.
Okay. But yeah, I do stand up, and I haven't really been doing open mics because it wasn't a good time for me to be doing open mics the last like 4 months. But I'm trying. It was sort of like it could be my last straw situation, but I'm getting back into it now. It's really hard to pay attention to everyone in open mic because it's like a lot of the same stuff, and like just like no one's ever doing anything different. No one's ever. No one, and I include myself in that. No one is doing anything avant-garde anymore, but someone did. Someone like brought a prop on stage. I'll just say that, okay. And I was like completely riveted, and the whole audience was like, an audience is other stand-up comedians, but we were all like totally with him.
Yeah. And
I was reminded, I often have this conversation with my friend Rachel, and I think it's something that Steve Martin says, but I'm not really sure, how important like the element of surprise is in comedy. And I think I think this is, sorry, I'm grafting, I'm saying that this is a general thing I'm trying to remember with writing, because especially with joke writing, and I think with romance novel writing as well, it's so formulaic. Mm-hmm. And I think when you're like not sure what to do, it's really easy to fall into the formula thing, and it's like super comforting, and you, like, as we've covered, you do need it.
Yeah.
But like when someone tells a joke and I'm like, 'cause you can almost always be like, I know what the punchline's gonna be.
Yeah.
And when like someone does something that just like sort of makes you be like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
It not only is funny, but it makes you pay attention.
Totally.
Which like is just so something I think I need to remind myself of more.
Completely.
And like, don't get me wrong, a romance novel does not have to surprise me. I will read it even if I know exactly where it's going. I'm like, hee,
yeah,
and I'll eat it up. But I think when there's something surprising or different, it's more interesting. And I think with all writing, that's the case. So,
yeah, yes,
yeah, that's just something I'm thinking about.
And I want to practice that generally.
Yeah, the art of surprise. It's literally never forget the art of surprise.
Never forget the art of surprise.
Keep your enemies and your readers on their toes.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I also love that you're not telling us what the prop you brought on stage was.
A gun.
And we were rapt.
we were like, whoa.
You've got our attention. Whoa. Damn, I love that.
No, I just feel like it's not my story to tell, even though I did just tell it. Whenever someone does something And I feel like I have a few friends who are really good at this, like sprinkling in a detail where you're like, what? It's important and good.
I love that.
So, yeah.
All right.
That's all I have to say about writing today, though. Well, not all
quite.
I have to say.
Huh.
Do you want to pitch our challenge of the week?
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it. We held ourselves to it, and here we are to deliver. And I'm feeling vulnerable.
Yeah, same.
But we wrote the jacket blurbs that
Yeah.
could appear on our eventual books.
Yes.
And maybe like, okay, so jacket blurbs, the way we approached it, like we, followed the best practices of like somewhere between 100 and 200 words. And it's like, kind of, it's pitchy writing.
Yeah.
It's like salesy writing.
Yeah.
We've been known to market,
to
to sell.
I worked in retail once.
We've moved wares before. Worked in retail. But yeah, so the writing is like maybe a little bit more, it's meant to be, pitch me.
Yeah, it's, you got me. You have 90 seconds. Go.
We are in an elevator.
Someone has a gun.
Right. But like generally meant to set up like the premise, the characters, like the central themes, or maybe even like some like loose sketching of plot.
Yeah.
But to do so concisely, it's like a teaser, and then what you want is for people to say, "I'd read that."
Yeah, I need all the details.
Yeah, and so we each wrote one.
Yeah.
For our respective books. And maybe we should just like talk a little bit about how that felt.
Yeah, I think that's. Do you want to start?
No, I want you to say how to go.
Not well. I mean, like I feel okay with the end product. I definitely like don't feel great about it.
I love yours.
I love yours. I think it's just like I can't love my own child, but I can love yours.
I can't wait until we're parents.
You'll love Lucy. So I've had a lot of like, I have this one idea that's kind of like, I know what like the setting is, and I know what the general trope is and like the vibe.
Yeah.
But it was the details that I was like, stop. I don't know. Okay?
I'll let you know when I know.
Yeah. Like, why do you have so many questions?
Yeah.
So I kept like, I was like, I gotta do this, and I was like doing my dishes, like running through various like ways I could take it.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because like I will say, I think Saves the Cat, the novel writing book, did help me a lot, actually. I think in like thinking of like, she has to have, the book's about a woman, spoiler,
Yeah. Your book, not Saves the Cat.
Yeah, sorry. She needs to have a problem, and she needs to have a want. Or like, she needs to have a need, she needs to have a want, and then she needs to have a journey to discover that. And I just kind of use that as my blueprint, and everything else. I was like, I'm not going to figure out what the journey exactly is yet, but I can figure out those things. So that's what I went with. And it was funny because like in my head, I have this version of what I want it to be. And that's like a journey I've gone on through this whole thing of like, I want it to be like this.
Yeah.
But it's like, unfortunately, I'm going on a journey myself where it's like, you have a want, but guess what, bitch? You actually have needs too.
Yeah.
And you can't get what you want with, to write the novel, to write a novel, you have to give up your wants.
Totally.
And like, your character can't be, well, maybe she can, I don't know, I'm not Stephen King. If I were Stephen King, I'm sure I could find a way to make, I am merely good. I hope. I'm not great.
We hope to be good. That's all we can hope for.
So I'm just like, for me, I'm coming back to formula.
Okay.
I'm coming home to formula.
Wish we'd talked about this
Sorry.
before we locked it in. Because like, I'm kind of like, ba-ba-da-ba-ba. But no, as you're saying that, I think you actually helped me work through a number of revs of mine, because I was missing the need, which you didn't say explicitly, but that's how I'm interpreting it. I think my first
you
draft,
had the need, but it wasn't like,
I didn't have it yet.
Okay.
I didn't have it yet.
Okay. All right.
But I think I'm on track.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I know in my head what the need and the want are. I don't know if it translated to paper yet, but that's the other thing. We're allowed to change our minds.
Yes.
And you can't hold us to it.
Yeah. Put your gun down. God.
Yeah. But all the same, we have to hold ourselves accountable and I think share each of our jacket blurbs here today.
Yeah.
This feels like Jerry Springer or something. Like,
who's the father?
Yeah, like calling out the baby mama or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I can.
Thank you.
Okay, so I definitely want to preface this by saying, like, things can and will change. And that's life, baby.
That's life, baby.
But this is what I'm working with right now.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, it's like so embarrassing.
No.
It's very pitchy.
Okay, pitch it.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Nell Clark is a girl's girl and she doesn't care who knows it. In fact, she likes reality TV so much that she's made it her career. Nell works at TBH Network as a producer for the popular reality show Love Struck, in the hopes of one day starting her own show. Nell's boss, Liz, decides that Nell can start her own show under one condition. She successfully produces a show about ... baseball. Major League Baseball's newest team, the Charleston Lions, has hired TBH to create a limited series about the team's first season, and they're looking for a dramatic flair that only Nell can provide. To make matters worse, Nell is being sent to Charleston with her least favorite producer at the network, Zach Waters. Nell only knows 2 things about Zach Waters. He knows more sports statistics than anyone should, and he thinks people like to hear him talk about them. But if Nell wants to create a solid show and get the promotion she's always wanted, she'll have to learn to play ball.
Fuck yeah. That's like, I have chills.
Shut up.
No, I seriously, both Jupes and I had to stifle like big smiles and laughs. Like,
no.
It's awesome.
I have things I want to work on it.
I feel those characters jump off the page at me.
Thank you.
I see the stakes, and I'm like, let's play ball.
I feel like I have to raise the stakes a little bit more. And this was a note you kind of gave me that, like, we need to know, like, what she wants her own show, but like why, or like what kind of show, which I haven't figured out yet. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah. And we have to find out what she wants is different from what she needs. 'Cause
right.
I don't know.
That tension.
What she needs is love also, by the way. But, with Zach Waters.
That wasn't. Also, can we talk about the names? They're so good.
Yeah, I do really like the names, so those might stay.
They are so good.
One thing, okay, I did want to talk about, this was a process thing for me, is like, I will say this character, she's not me.
No, right.
But I for some reason was like, she has to have the same cadence in her name as I do. Oh, she has to, because I'm like Claire Grant. I'm a two. You're a 1-2. I'm a 2-name girl.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wanted to give her one syllable.
I thought your name was Siege.
True, like Beyonce. I wanted to give her 2 names like that. But that's
good.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry, the last name Waters.
Yeah.
Even Clark, because at spring training or whatever, they're calling each other by their last names.
Ooh.
Oh, hey Clark. Hey Waters.
Ooh. I need that, actually. Write that down. Oh. I would, but Molly won't let me have my pen. I play with it too much. You can borrow mine if you give it back. Okay. But yeah, that's... I will say the other thing I want to work on is... I don't think I have Zach totally figured out yet.
You don't have him in your crosshairs?
No, I think I need more tension between the 2 of them. And I need, like, a way to communicate that in my book jacket. I was going to make him a former... flame, but I think maybe like something weird happened at the Christmas party.
Love. I mean, we talked about, what was it that we liked, where like he looks at her once and leaves his girlfriend.
Yeah, like I think
what were we talking about?
We were talking about Beach Read.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what we write into, though. Like, I can't think of a jacket blurb that like really makes me care about the love interest, because isn't that meant to be a little bit of the mystery? Like, true. That's why you're cracking the book open.
True. So maybe that's something I need to do on the back end.
Right. I think we meet our protagonist on the jacket, but we don't really get to know. We don't know him. Yeah. Okay. I like that note. But I want to figure out him in greater detail. And that's part of the journey.
And I'm going to give these back to you because I'm already playing with it too much.
Kind of a metaphor, huh? Hand me the pen.
Yeah. And you read us your jacket now.
Okay, I want to start with all the same qualifiers as you. things subject to change, but I differ in that these names, I'm not sold.
Yeah.
I also haven't given a last name.
Yeah.
Who knows them? They're just avatars. No. But so don't expect to see these names pop up again unless they do. I don't know. I'm not going to hold myself to it. Anyway, here it goes. Annie is 29 and propelled by momentum alone. She burned through her early 20s in New York, working punishing hours as a consultant and answering fewer and fewer of her friends' texts. After being double-crossed by a colleague that she confused for a confidant, Annie realizes she's not paid enough to feel so lonely and leaves. But an in-house role with cushier work-life balance only makes her wonder what exactly constitutes the life side of her ledger. She decides she'll approach her personal goals the same as she has her professional, aggressively. She works to make amends with her best friend Maura and then enlists her help with phase 2, finding a serious romantic relationship. In turn, Maura drags Annie to a tarot reading that throws all strategy to the wind. Unable to shake the prediction that she's already met her husband, Annie starts looking at everyone in her life differently. She's even ready to believe it's fate when she bumps into her college ex in Penn Station. With her field of vision limited to men she already knows, Annie's forced to engage with the life she already has and embrace that love might be right in front of her.
I love it. Jupes is absolutely, she's like, give me the books. Give me the books.
Give me the book.
I love your premise so much. I think, like, the tarot reading is just, like, so smart and funny, and there's so much room for good times to be had. Your fun and game section is gonna be, like, so good. For those of you from Save the Cat, fun and games is 50% of the book. So.
50%! Yeah, I think there will be a lot of fun and games. I have in my head what her want and her need are.
That's all you really...
jumping off the page yet, but it's okay. As long as
I think it is. Well, I think, like, I get her. In fact, like, I know her.
I was her.
Yeah, like, I think, like, she's very real. And, like, I like that you're going with, like, a very, like, this is a thing. This is a very, like...
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking with my hands so much. But, like, yeah, I understand her as a person. And I think it feels very, like, lived in.
I like how you, like, drew it back to, like, self and, like, you're not writing yourself. I am not either, but I kind of am thinking of her at this point as, like, an alternate reality.
Yeah.
Like, I can see being her if things had gone differently at age 23.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of, and I do think it's, like, I also think the experience of, like, professional women, like, very ambitious professional women, then, like, treating personal goals as projects equal to their professional ambitions. Like, I've seen that many times over across people I love, and I like it. It's like a type of woman I like.
Yeah, no, I can get behind her, and I can like, I think, I mean, that's how I feel like sometimes, no, not to like,
no, yeah,
but I think both, like, when, you have to have goals and like, stack your habits, babe.
Stack your fucking habits. Yeah. And, you know, my protag is coming from, like, a much messier place with much messier needs, I think, than a lot of the women I know who have taken that approach. But I like that the approach itself is kind of like,
people will familiar. Be like, yes, yeah. Because, women get shit. No, this is sounding girl boss. Women,
no, say it.
Women, like, don't.
Say what you were gonna say.
Women get shit done.
Clip it.
I hate that I said that. I think that women just are very, like, I think that women, I'm doing Little Women. I think that women, unlike men, sometimes, like, know how to, like, fix their problems. And they don't just, like, rest on their laurels. They're like, okay, I'm gonna.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited to meet Annie, and I love the name Annie, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted, like, I wanted to place her.
It's a bit Molly Annie.
Yeah, I kind of think so. Like,
yeah,
she's just like she's pretty vanilla.
No. She's actually quite deep.
So I think that's a good kickoff for us. It's like, I certainly found this helpful in giving my, even just like the wireframe of my book structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we wrote 200 words each.
We were really good.
And we completely complained about it the whole time. Now we get to do something kind of fun. So I feel like we both like have a general idea of who our characters are, but I definitely feel like I need to like get to know her, like take her out to coffee.
Yeah. You're saying like, you know Annie. I don't know Annie yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a martini.
If you
with
know
her.
Nell, can you introduce me? Yeah, I'm kind of like, get a martini.
No, like I know someone who knows Nell.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
could,
perfect. Just connect us. I guess our next exercise is gonna be like make a mood board, or like whatever your personal journey is.
Get to know your protagonist.
The girl. Yeah. And I'm gonna even get to know the guy, I think, a little bit too.
If you choose.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready to get to know. I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. Yeah. What are some of the things you're gonna do to get to know her?
Okay. I'm definitely gonna try to like. Here's what I'm toying with, and I don't know if this is like get to know Annie, name TBD, or if it's like more my plot moments. But like Aaron playlisting.
I know
that. I was at a Soul Cycle class that played Close to You by Gracie Abrams. Well, he was doing like Technicolor lights, and it felt like being on a dance floor and making eye contact with someone that you like have a major crush on and feeling that energy flow back at you. And I was like, music is a huge creative unblocker. Like,
okay, yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I want to know her through music.
Yeah.
I want to know her. I think I might, because New York is so central to what I'm trying to do here, I might try to like plot her city haunts.
Oh, I love that idea.
Know?
Yeah.
Where does
do you have
she
any
hang
ideas?
Out? No, I have to talk about it next time.
Oh, sorry. God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I really haven't thought about it at all, to be honest. In my head, she's kind of like, which I'm not like totally jazzed about, so I'm gonna have to find a way to make it like work for me. She's kind of like Elle Woods-esque.
Yeah.
But I want her to be like more relatable to me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to play with that. I think she's gonna maybe be based in New York.
Love.
So
so maybe they'll meet.
Let me know where Allie hangs out. And I think, should I go to Charleston? LOL.
Yeah.
No, I kind of don't want to send her to Charleston. Also, side note, I'm like, I don't want to be like a Southern.
We could go hang with my parents in Florida.
True. Yeah. Can you just like you're going to Key West this weekend? Send me videos from Key West.
Sure, no problem.
I might do some like Pinteresting. I might make her like vision board.
Yep.
That could be fun. I'm into the music idea.
Yeah.
I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, no, we'll figure it out. Yeah. And we'll report our findings.
Yeah.
We don't need to know yet.
I also, sorry, now that I'm thinking about it, I know so many like reality TV girls.
Totally.
So, and I always love those bitches. You're one.
Yeah. Put me down.
Yeah, sorry, and Jupes.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
I think we'll come back next week with our findings. But for now, we can finish off the episode. What is the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
Okay, this is like just in late breaking most romantic thing.
Okay.
It happened on my subway ride here tonight. Okay. I was standing like with my hand on a pole, and it's, you know, like very packed Q train. Everyone's in a bad mood, and the guy standing next to me I feel his breath on my hand, my pole hand.
On your hand?
My pole hand, which I can't really remove from the situation. And I'm like, I refuse to like even acknowledge him, but you know, but most aggravating is an older woman and man standing like a few feet away, but like, you know, close enough. I'm overhearing the entirety of their conversation, which is really one directional.
To return to the one direction of it all.
Yeah. But the woman is just yapping at him about Fashion Week, which was last week. And she's talking about the party she went to. Jerry Jones isn't that tall. And she's going on about the heights of various famous people and models who were all, you know, like at these parties she was at. And he's just kind of like, How
do you think these two knew each other?
It felt like colleagues. It felt, or like, you know, friends. I didn't feel very deep. Okay. I don't know. But she's been yammering for like 4 stops now, and I'm like, whatever, I'm playing Candy Crush on my phone, but of course I'm listening.
Swipe the stress away.
Swipe the stress away. And that's actually with my other hand, not my pole hand. Swiping the stress away. And then in one like brief lull in her own monologue, she stops and goes, well, how tall are you? And this guy goes, 6 feet. And I can't control my face, famously. So I'm still pole hand swiping, but I can't control my face. I kind of look up and I go. And, you know, for listeners, it's a big eye roll.
It's a big old scoff.
And I am a 6 foot tall woman. Yeah. So I'm standing a few feet from him. I can see at tallest, he's 5'6".
Yeah.
What? At tallest.
He added 6 inches?
Like maybe 5'7". That's it.
What?
Yeah. So I do my...
He's shorter than me? 5'8". Real.
5'8" reveal. Okay, but then I'm back to swiping. And then I feel on my pole hand a whack. Like literally a whack. But it's not... It's a whack, though. So now I look up. The man who's been breathing on my hand, I finally register him. I put him in his like mid-20s. And he's, you know, like on his way back from Midtown, whatever. And he's looking at me going,
what?
Yeah,
like, this is so romantic. Oh my God. Why does this never happen to me?
Whacks my wrist and goes like, right, in reaction to the eye roll I had given. And
it made me hot.
It made me laugh so hard. But then I immediately looked back at my Candy Crush because I was not about to talk to a man on the subway.
Yeah, God, no. Wait, so he was the one who was breathing on you too?
Yes. Yeah. But I think that's actually, like, that's why it's romantic to me. It's like this person it was kind of an enemies to lovers. It was a myopic.
A micro.
Yeah, a myopic enemies to lovers. Because we really did find common ground. Yeah. And in fact, humor and romance is often very funny.
How tall do you think he was?
I think he was kind of... I think his gesture was actually familiar because we were both... I think the gesture was like, we're both the tall. Same height.
Yeah, okay.
I'd put him around 6 feet, exact, like a real 6 feet.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that. No, that's beautiful that you guys, like, you healed over that.
We healed the Q train.
Yeah.
What about you, honey?
Really good one. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like
I was late breaking,
but I was, you know, kind of like, oh, this is. Damn. I'm gonna bring this.
Okay, I need to like start like being more vocal on the train.
To be clear, I did not utter a single word in this entire interaction.
I know, but like be more like engaged.
Oh, I guess I did communicate with my eyes.
Yeah.
Well, so what's your most romantic?
Okay, mine, when you first started talking, I went, because mine's also on the subway.
Oh my God. It is a very romantic setting.
True, but mine is like, again, I feel like this, similar to last week, it's like, it's not romantic, and yet. Mine is that last night when I went from work to open mic, I took the Q from I took the L from Union Square to Williamsburg, and I like walked down the stair. Like, to get to the L, you have to walk along the Q platform. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Usually we take the Q to the L, and it's like you literally just get off the steps and it's right there.
I didn't know I could take the Q to the L.
Oh,
I exclusively take the green line there.
Oh, I hate the green line.
Yeah,
famously. So I like, but I usually, again, I go right Q to L. This time I was just going above ground to L. So I'm like looking at the sign, and so it's like sometimes, you know, it's when you've been the same place 1,000 times before, but you suddenly don't understand it.
Totally. Very familiar.
Yeah. So I like saw the sign said like L this way, and I was like, I know I have to walk down below.
Stop yelling at me. I know.
But I walked down the stairs. Literally, L's right here. I'm in Wonderland, so I go the other way, and I walk all the way to the other end of the platform. It was just a 5-minute walk. Okay. I killed 5 minutes. And I got to the very end of it, and I was like, the L train is fully on the other side of the platform. I had to walk all the way back. I had literally, like, walked down the stairs. It was right here. Didn't see it. So I just retraced my steps. But it was romantic to me because no matter how long I've lived here, I'm still so confused all the time. I've lived here for 11 years, and I don't get lost. I mean, it's like really hard to get lost in New York. It's like everything is like pretty much, but I still, when I leave the subway, I don't. Yeah. I have to reorient myself. I have to like shake and reorient myself. And I think that's kind of nice, weirdly, and a little romantic that like, as much as I do feel after 10 years, I'm able to call myself a New Yorker.
I think so too.
Thank you as well. You too.
Thank you.
But I still I'm still learning new things about the city every day, and I'm still getting annoyed in a different way about the subway every day.
New York is the most romantic place on earth for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, there will be a new engagement, a new, like forced interaction with your own humanity or other people's. Yeah. Every time you leave your apartment.
You'll be humbled in a new way every day. Yep. And again, and it was also kind of an exercise in like, I've been in this place so many times. Mm-hmm. The Q to the L, the Q to the L.
Q to the L. Again, and yet a new route for me. I'm shocked to hear you've been riding it all these years.
You're also 11 years, and yet you didn't know the Q to the L, which, by the way, is it's great.
I'll stick with the 4-5 thing.
Yeah. Enjoy that. Enjoy your old train. You could be riding the New York's newest train.
And I could have more romance in my life.
Well, by shaking it sounds like maybe I should be on the Green Line, actually. If I want real romance and not just to get lost.
Right. Did anyone whack your wrist to make a meaningful eye contact?
I am really charmed by that. I can't lie.
That he couldn't control it, and it literally was like a child's like pit. Yeah, a boop. Yeah,
a whack. That's mine though.
That's great. I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I really liked yours.
Well,
okay, that's it.
We're self-satisfied.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.